Hey guys, welcome to Big Lou Debates. And well, the debate today is the skills that Pokemon Go brings you for your CV or resume and things that people may not have thought about before. Now, before I go into my list, and actually, I've got so many, I'm going to have to do this in two parts because once you start going down that road, you realise how many life skills you actually learn through playing the game. But first of all, I want to say, you may find, don't you, when you're playing this game, or you mention it to someone, say, "Oh yeah, I went out Pokemon hunting yesterday, or doing some Pokemon Go," and they will say, "Oh, is that still going on? Is it? Are people still playing that?" And really, what they mean by that really is, "Oh, I can't believe you're still doing that. Get a life. Oh, you're sad." Though along them lines, it's the judgment, isn't it? But if you just said you were playing on a PlayStation game or an Xbox or something, you wouldn't hear anything like that, would you? And then, see, it got me thinking. Actually, as much as other people judge people playing a game, I still say everything in moderation, though, people. I'm quite a casual player. Some people I play with are much more hardcore than me, but, it's everyone's individual choice, isn't it? But, like I say, when you get thinking about it, the game provides you so many skills I think you could put on a CV and a resume, and it could get you top jobs. So, I've got a list of actually 13 things, but I'm going to go through the first 6 today. And like I say, there is so many more, so write in your suggestions below, ones that you think you've learned through playing the game. And then I'll probably do a part 3 video and put your suggestions in. Okay, so one of the first things I would say is it develops quick thinking skills. And actually with each skill, I'm going to try to put clips from certain Pokemon episodes which highlight this skill, if copyright allows. So, power alone sometimes cannot win you a battle. Maybe you're playing a battle league or a raid or etc, etc. So a good example of that, I would say, in the actual show is when Pikachu has to beat Raichu in the 3rd gym in Kanto. Because Raichu is much more powerful and bigger and stronger. But you sometimes have to use, think outside the box slightly. And in that case, power alone doesn't just win the fight. So you have to think about agility, speed, and...
Give it the body slam! Hey, what?
It's working, just like Brock said.
Right. Raichu evolved too fast, and it never learned the speed attacks it can only learn in the Pikachu stage.
Okay, use all the agility you got.
When you're playing Battle League, someone will throw out something, and you've got to quickly think, okay, what's that weak to? What's that strong to? And throw something out. So that's quick thinking skills. So that's what we're going to write down here. Quick thinking. Yeah, because you haven't got time to hang around on Battle League. And you've got to decide, you're going to use your charge attack, you're going to use your shield quickly. Say yes. And I'll write down Pikachu. Right. On to our next skill then. I think it really improves your listening skills. So similar to Battle League again, sometimes someone will throw out a grass Pokemon, but you can clearly hear it's using a fairy attack. And then maybe your Pokemon's getting really beaten up. So listening for the attacks is important. So this can help you then quickly move out a Pokemon. Even though you can see with your eyes what type it is, you're hearing completely different move, and you've got to make quick decisions. So, because actually, it links in with listening skills. But a Pokemon then I would probably say would link to this, well, it's quite an obvious one really, is Marill. Yes, because Marill has great listening, great ears, and that is why it's an important skill.
Marrow, the water mouse Pokémon. Its sensitive ears can detect distant sounds, and the brown rubbery tip on its tail can expand and contract, assisting Marrow in the water.
You think Meryl can help us?
Not just for Battle League. When you meet up in real life for Pokemon Go, you need to coordinate. You have to listen when someone says, "Right, we're going into the raid now." So, and listen to different people from different cultures and things. You do learn lots of different nuances. So that's why Mara has to go on and listening. It's an important skill you learn through Pokemon Go. Right, the third one then. There's always raid hours going on, or maybe not necessarily raid hour, but a community day or something along those lines. You've got to be good at navigation. Oh yes. You've got to decide and plan the best route to get from A to B so that you can do the most amount of raids in that hour and it doesn't go too much out your way. Because if there's a gym that's 30 minutes in that direction, if you were to walk to that, then you've got to come back. So it's about going from A to B, meandering around your town or city in the correct manner, in the correct system, correct way, the route, you know. And actually, the game actually has routes now, doesn't it? So some people can submit a route, which is helpful for the community because someone's already decided or figured out the best way to get from A to B to all the gyms. So, yes. And you have to think outside the box. So maybe there's an alleyway, maybe there's a shortcut you can use to get somewhere much quicker. So I would say a good example of that would be in the gym battle in the Orange League with Lapras. Lapras realises it's not going to win the race in the Orange League unless it uses Ice Beam. It uses Ice Beam on the water and then suddenly it can win the race. So you have to think of shortcuts.
Aim an Ice Beam straight to the shore!
So that is another skill. There's some navigation by thinking of ideal routes to get around the place. Definitely. Right then, number 4. Now, it can be quite a frustrating game at times, especially if you're shiny hunting, can't it? I think you've got to have a lot of patience. Yes, patience, here we go. Because the odds maybe of certain shinies are very low, but you've got to stay, and not just patient, but optimistic. You've got to keep your spirits high, haven't you, for this? And, you know, in a classic episode as well, I think it may be one of the first times they come across a shiny Pokemon. I'm not 100%, correct me if I'm wrong, people. There's an episode in the Johto section, I believe, where, oh no, it's not Hoot-Hoot, I'm writing Hoot-Hoot, but it's like a Noctowl. Yeah, can you see it here? I'll put Noctowl. There is a shiny Noctowl.
Anyway, what were you doing up in that tree, Doctor?
Oh, I was attempting once again to capture that unusually colored Noctowl. Once again, it outsmarted me.
A Noctowl, huh? Boy, it'd sure be great if I could catch a rare Pokemon like that.
You won't catch that Noctowl. It'll outsmart you too. Noctowl are known for their intelligence, but this one seems to like nothing better than to think of ways to prevent me from capturing it.
Wow, that's too bad. Hey, look at its head turn!
It's actually smaller than the average Noctowl.
And they've figured out how to try and catch it. And Ash does catch it in the end, actually, spoiler. You have to stay committed to try to catch something in the game when you know that the odds are higher or there is one nearby. So that is extremely important because some people might give up on the game because they haven't got the patience or they won't be committed to try to catch 500 to get this one shiny. But if you really want it, that's what you've got to do sometimes. So yes, I think patience is a very important skill. Okay then. Another skill, people. On number 5 for this video. Teamwork and choices. So, you may want to speak to your community on like a Facebook group or a messenger group and say, look, I've got a 100% Eevee here. Which one should I evolve it into? So then you balance up the pros and cons. I'll write down teamwork choices.
Everyone is waiting to see what you make Eevee evolve into, Mikey.
You've got 3 choices. Which do you think is the strongest of all the evolved Eevees? We want to know what you think of our Pokemon. Mikey, which Pokemon do you want Eevee to become?
You've got to weigh up. And you ask the community, you ask for help. It might not be that, for instance, even. It could be to do with purifying. Yeah, it could be to do with purifying a Pokemon. Like, oh, should I purify this or should I keep it as a shadow? You know, and you ask around. It's very important to use facilities and ask the community because everyone's got different knowledge bases. And that's what it's all about. You could say friendship, which actually I'll bring on to the next video, actually. Okay. So, very important. And number 6, I think this is not necessarily a skill, but it's something that improves your life and your health. Fitness. The amount of walking you do in the game. You know, because of, say, you're doing routes, you're going to gyms, you are hatching eggs. That's one of the biggest things why you have to do it. So I'll write down eggs here.
Wow! Look at all those eggs.
These are all yours to take care of?
That's right. This one arrived only yesterday.
Beautiful. They all are.
Thank you. We take great pride in our Pokemon eggs.
Once they hatch, we raise some pretty strong Pokemon. Here.
Well, they're struggling to see now my board. That's definitely why I'm doing it in 2 sections. Eggs, because you've got to walk so much distance to hatch them. And this is so great for your, like I say, your well-being, your health. And if you're just playing a computer game on a console, you don't get these benefits of the exercise. And other things you may get some of them with. But Pokemon Go is quite unique. And that's why I came up with so many skills, so many talents that you learn and you sort of develop through playing this. So I say I've got another 7 at least on the next video, and this is going to be a bit too long, so we can't have too many skills on this one. But what do you think? Tell us more. I'm going to hopefully do a part 3 with your suggestions, the ones that you've said you've learned. And I will see you again, probably just after Christmas. We'll see Pokemon Christmas on. Oh, yes. Right. So, debate away. What do you think about these skills? Do you think they correlate to what I'm saying? And think of others and give me a comment below. But see you soon, people. Bye.